Welcome to the English countryside in early spring. It's late April here in England, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you my manifesto, my recipe for a life to the full. And what better place to share that with you than in these glorious bluebell woods in Dorset. It's really possible to copy nature's recipe for life, and it has 7 aspects. So all living organisms share 7 characteristics that enable them to enjoy life, and every single one of these 7 need to be present and correct. So the way I memorize them is through a mnemonic, an acronym. Many naughty rabbits eat green radish shoots. Many naughty rabbits eat green radish shoots. And many stands for movement. So all the living things here move. They're either moving towards what they want more of or away from what they fear. But that is the first characteristic of life. And if you want to live a life to the full, you too can move towards those things that you desire more of. I recommend that as a strategy rather than moving away from the things you fear, because moving towards what you desire is much more motivating. Naughty stands for nutrition. So the bluebells here, the wrens I've seen this morning, the birds you can hear singing, all need to feed. And the quality of your life depends very much upon what you feed. So make sure you feed on the good stuff in life, the good life. Many naughty rabbits. Rabbits stands rather appropriately for reproduction. And here you are seeing reproduction on the grandest scale. Here life is finding a way to replicate its excellence. So you too and I, we need to find our own ways to replicate excellence, the very best that's in us. We need to make sure that's passed on to others and to the future through the next generations too. Many naughty rabbits eat. Eat stands for excretion. All living organisms need to get rid of waste products as part of the metabolism of the cell. And I think that's the biggest lesson in life, how we deal with the stuff that's left over, with the waste, with the excrement is really, really important, because life will throw stuff at us that sometimes isn't that pleasant, but it needs to be dealt with in the right way if we're to enjoy the rest of life to the full. Many naughty rabbits eat green growth. Look at it. It's spring. The hedgerows are bursting with new growth and life and promise and hope. And that's the kind of hope we need in our lives as well. We need to be seeing that we're growing in some way. Maybe it's growing as a person. Maybe it's growing in our character. Maybe it's growing in our marketing, in our business. It doesn't seem quite so appropriate in this gorgeous location here to be talking about business, but that's some of the stuff of life. So we need to be growing too. Many naughty rabbits eat green. Radish stands for respiration. That give and take. As we breathe in and we breathe out, and we give a little bit back, and we take from the environment in which we live and move and have our being. So that's vital as well, that you have something that you can give back to the world in which you live, but also not be afraid of taking what you need in exchange, in fair exchange. So it's about gaseous exchange, respiration. Many naughty rabbits eat green radish shoots. And the 7th characteristic of a living organism is sensitivity. Being sensitive to your internal and your external environment. What we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we taste, What we smell, I can smell the bluebells this morning. Amazing. Sensitivity. And in life and in business, that's about being sensitive to the environment in which we conduct our life, being aware of what's going on. If you're listening to this morning as a business person, that would be your customers, but also your colleagues. It would be your competitors, being aware. But in the broader sense of life, it's about being tapped in to this glorious world we see around us, in which we live and move and have our being. So if you want to live life to the full, you've got to be moving towards what you really want. You've got to be feeding on the good stuff. You've got to be reproducing the best stuff in your life. You've got to be dealing with the stuff that goes wrong and the bad stuff. You've got to be growing. You've got to be giving back and taking in, respiring. And you've got to be sensitive. My name's Lex McKee. I have been delighted to share this little thumbnail, this recipe, this manifesto for life with you on such a gorgeous spring morning. Thank you for listening.